Joe Panik is an unsexy Kevin Biggio, and we already have an unsexy Kevin Biggio. His name's Kevin Biggio, right?
Kevin Biggio is our unsexy Kevin Biggio.
Exactly.
Let's get into this trade. Big news for the Toronto Blue Jays. We woke up this morning and things were happening.
Yes, sir.
So, Joe Panik and New Hampshire Fisher Cats right-handed pitcher Andrew McInvale has been traded to the Miami Marlins for Adam Cimber, right-handed pitcher, sidearm guy, and Corey Dickerson, left fielder. What an interesting little turn of events here, buddy.
Very nice. What do you think? You happy with it?
I think it's a great trade.
Me too.
I think it really addresses some of the Blue Jays' biggest needs that are happening right now. They did kind of jump the trade gun here a little bit, getting ahead of everybody else. A lot of teams need relievers, man. You look at the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, have blown 6 of their last 7 games.
This is about 3 weeks early to the dance, but it's also about 3 weeks later than we needed it. So
yes. I mean, they were doing what they could,
The
right?
timing is as good as it could be. I'm happy.
So the big piece here, and this is what the Blue Jays were after, was Adam Cimber. Okay? Adam Cimber, he is a sidearm guy, throws from way down under, tops out about 90 miles an hour. He's got a 2.88 ERA. He's got good control, doesn't walk a lot of guys. Your typical ground ball dude, right? A lot of contact. He's going to make his fielders busy, but this is the sort of guy that in a situation where you have runners on first and third and you're in a little bit of trouble and you need a ground ball, try and get that double play. This guy is going to help a lot. He's going to see some high leverage situations. And we were kind of talking about this, right? He's not going to be a Jordan Romano.
He's not our new closer.
He's not our new closer. But where he does slot in beautifully is the first guy out of the pen when it's one of our lefty starters, Ray Matz Ryu, because this guy's a righty, and he's going to be giving such a different look from his delivery point. And a guy that's under contract till 2025, of course. As a reliever, you don't need that long-term contract quite as much, but this is a guy that is a piece going forward for this team.
That's good.
And you know what, man? They didn't give up a whole heck of a lot to get him.
No. Basically Panik and
a lottery ticket.
An expired lottery ticket.
Like, that's the thing with this Andrew McInvale, and I'm not crapping on the guy. He's 25. He just got promoted to Double-A. He's been in the Blue Jay system for 5 years, drafted in 2016. He's in the bullpen. So he's a guy that, maybe Miami does get some use out of him a couple years down the road here. You start seeing him coming out of the Marlins bullpen cheap, which is what the Marlins are after.
Well, I mean, good for Panik because he's going to become probably an everyday starter down there. And good for McInvale because the Blue Jays are pretty stacked with pitching talent and prospects. So maybe he gets an opportunity down there that he just wasn't going to see.
It's a good move for everybody. I think Corey Dickerson, some people are making a bigger deal out of him coming. I think he had to be involved in the trade because the Jays had to eat his $4.5 million salary that's remaining for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
He's currently in a boot right now. He broke his, I'm not sure what his injury was. I should have looked that up beforehand. I know that he's got a cast on his foot right now and that it looks like he probably won't be back till after the All-Star game, maybe even a little longer than that. But what it does do is it does allow the Blue Jays to stop constantly worrying about whether Rowdy Tellez is going to hit or not when he's up. He's still in AAA. And it does allow them to maybe move Rowdy Tellez as another trade piece. Because now Dickerson is a big lefty bat off that bench, and it also gives some depth in the outfield.
Yeah, so he's not back yet, but once he is, gives us some flexibility to maybe move a Lourdes or a Teoscar and get something.
That is a possibility.
If we did, we'd get something a lot bigger back in return than a
exactly.
Cimber, right?
This allows the Jays front office to take advantage of an opportunity if it arises, right? Like, let's say they manage to be able to get a number 1 or a number 2 pitcher.
Right. If Max Scherzer becomes realistically available, those are the kind of things.
Maybe you can move a Randall Grichuk or a Lourdes Gurriel.
And those, it's good to have a an extra outfielder in place ahead of time, because when those opportunities come up, they kind of come up fast, and you want to be able to pull the trigger before somebody changes their mind or before somebody else sweeps in, right?
And this was an impressive move, in my opinion, by this front office, because they didn't give up anything that is going to cost this team down the road. Love Joe Panik, but this isn't a guy that we're going to wind up, in August being like, if only Joe Panik was here, right?
Look, Joe Panik is an unsexy Kevin Biggio, and we already have an unsexy Kevin Biggio. His name's Kevin Biggio, right?
Kevin Biggio is our unsexy Kevin Biggio.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is the first shoe to drop. I think that there's still a lot of work to be done, and I think that this is just the start for this Blue Jays front office. But, man, I'm feeling good about it. A little bit of optimism. They got that bullpen guy they needed, and Corey Dickerson may very well work out very well for this team come August. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, love it.